Pete.
Lovely to see you.
It's a great story. Thank you. Right, let's move on to football. Big nut match tonight for two of our non-league teams.
Yeah, Ramsbottom United host AFC Fylde in the third round of the FA Cup.
FA Cup? FA Trophy, is it, Stuart? I don't know. What competition is it?
It's the FA Trophy. Yes, welcome to the Harry Williams Stadium. Capacity just over 2,000. And yes, it's a world away from the Premier League, but what they'll tell you here is that they've got something a lot of the big clubs have lost, and that's community spirit. We'll have the Liverpool goals from last night for you in a moment, but the reason we're here is, as you say, quarter-final place at stake between AFC Fylde and Ramsbottom. Ramsbottom are even further down the food chain than AFC Fylde. So it's a real big achievement for them to be here, and it's an achievement to get this game on tonight because the pitch was in a pretty bad state earlier today. So here's a glimpse of life in football's 8th tier. It's match day, or is it? Last week's snowfall has only just cleared. Is the pitch playable?
I'm on them all the time, Harry, now. I'm panicking. It's getting too late now.
As well as being club secretary, Tony Cunningham runs a cafe in Bury.
Yeah, he's panicking now as well, as you can imagine.
So you've got a pitch inspection around lunchtime to find out whether the match can be played, but you don't even have a referee to carry out the pitch inspection yet.
The match referee is a school teacher, so obviously he can't go up to have a look.
Where's he based?
Based in Stockport. He said to me last night, can you get a referee to come and do an inspection at lunchtime? I must have tried for 2 hours last night to find a referee who's not working. Impossible. If they can't get a referee, the only option we've got is to hang on till 4 o'clock when the match referee can get up there.
It's the afternoon and finally a referee has been found to inspect the pitch. Last year, more than half of Ramsbottom's home matches were postponed because the pitch wasn't up to it. Can tonight's match be saved? What's the verdict?
It's fit to play at the moment for me.
Fit to play?
At the moment, yes.
What do you base that on? What are you looking for?
Obviously, if there's any standing water on the pitch, and if it's a danger to the players, basically, player safety.
Time to prepare the pitch. Well, it's just about 6 hours before kick-off, and finally they can tell AFC Fylde that the match is on. But they are still concerned here about the forecast of heavy rain this afternoon, and it has just started. The stadium is named after one of those who founded the club in 1966. Its chairman and groundsman, Harry Williams. You were here at the beginning in '66 when the club started. I guess things have changed quite a bit since then.
You won't believe it. I mean, some of these, like your hospitality building, came from Oldham Athletic. Stand over there came from a petrol station in St Helens. The seats are from Blackburn Rovers. Seats from Main Road.
Floodlights?
Floodlights came from Oldham Rugby League Club. You just got to beg, steal and borrow at this little level, like.
A place in the FA Trophy quarter-finals is at stake tonight, a high point in this club's short history. Well, the weather wasn't nearly as bad as they were fearing earlier in the day, so the match is definitely on. Now, all football clubs have their die-hard fans, but let me introduce you to Frank and Trevor, who travelled for the previous round all the way down to Weymouth. How far is that? It's a long way.
550 miles.
And how long, what time did you have to set off?
We set off at 9:30 and got there at 10 to 6.
Right.
And a couple of hours stop in between, but we made it, and fuelers went by car.
And when you got back, what time was it when you got back?
I actually took Frank home, then got into bed at 5:05.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Good grief, was it worth it?
Yeah, every bit of it.
Well, you saw your team win, but I suppose you're within driving distance here of Manchester United. You could go and watch Liverpool, Manchester City, a whole number of big Premier League clubs. Why don't you do that?
We try to watch proper football.
It is grassroots football. You feel more appreciated by the club in general, where it's a big club, you're just nobody.
Well, thank you both for joining us. May the best team win tonight, I should say. Thank you very much. Now, some more news now for you from the other end of football's food chain. Liverpool extended their lead at the top of the Premier League last night to 3 points. They played West Ham. They were a goal up through Sadio Mane early on, and then Mikel Antonio scored the equaliser. Manchester City could go top again if they beat Everton tomorrow night. And some sad news, the Rochdale player Joe Thompson, who's twice recovered from cancer, has announced that he's retiring from the professional game at the age of 29. Joe says it's one of the hardest decisions he's ever had to make, but says his cancer treatment means his body can no longer meet the demands of the professional game. He's famous, you probably remember, for scoring the goal that kept Rochdale in League One. So we wish Joe all the best. Finally, from me, I can let you into a little secret. We were in pitch darkness here until about 10 minutes ago when I persuaded the chairman, who's reluctant to put the lights on much before 7 o'clock usually to save money, to put the floodlights on. So we're glad he did.
Yes, so we can see you in all your glory.
It's the
Thank you
power
very
of North West
much,
tonight,
Stuart.
you see.
Yes,
Turn the lights on 10 minutes early.
We'll have the results of AFC Fylde and Ramsbottom in the FA Trophy at 10:30.
Okay.
Thank you, Stuart.